Well, guys, we're back. We've been gone for about a month now since the NRHA Futurity in Oklahoma. We got home, we went on vacation, we did Christmas,
with the
New
kids.
Year's.
It was so fun.
Went to Belize, and but now we're back, and it's time to get back to work. But first, we needed to kind of give you a recap on Oklahoma. It was like all over the place, but I'd say for the most part, it was awesome.
It was very awesome. It was like, I would say that this year, or last year, 2020, really, that was the smoothest Futurity that we've been to. Like,
yeah, it was good. 3 geldings, that probably had a lot to do with it. But and then the $1 million presentation. It was kind of odd, you know, with COVID. You know, you didn't have as many people, and so you know, people needing to be careful and stuff. But it still was great. They presented me with a painting and you know, had a nice little tribute video. So that was pretty
really
cool.
Very
and getting
cool.
3 in the finals, that was really everything we brought.
Because we had Patrick Flaherty do catch ride.
Patrick Flaherty catch rode Blondie.
Did an incredible job.
Blondie and Champ.
So happy.
Blondie was reserve champion in the level 2 and 3. And then Champ was like, I think he was 5th or 6th in the level 2. You made the finals in the prime time on Bruce. I mean, it was it was overall pretty good. We've got some cookies. Let's go through it. We'll show you these guys.
I'll get Bruce some cookies. Bruce has to have cookies too. Maybe we should start with Bruce.
Exactly what I was thinking. Let's start with Bruce.
Guys, I love this horse. Like, he is the cutest thing. Matt thinks he's a little spoiled.
Well, you've got some straps on his blanket that are loose.
Gonna have to get after Lee. Hi, buddy.
So you had a little trouble with your spins on.
It wasn't Bruce.
On stopping too short, a little over, but overall you were pretty darn good.
Yeah, the first go I had an underspin for a point, and in the finals I overspun for a point. Tried to even it out, didn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was so good. I have to say, I've always heard you say, this was my first year showing a Futurity horse. So I've always, you know, watched Matt and going to the Futurity and having 3-year-olds and everything, but with, you know, not ever experiencing that, it was very interesting because I've always heard you say, oh, I want him to peak at the Futurity. I felt like he really peaked at the Futurity with his turnaround. And so I really wasn't expecting him to turn so well. And so it was total pilot error, and I should have just trusted it, but you had him very prepared for me, so thank you for that.
Let me play that again, Ryan.
You had him very prepared for me, so thank you for that. Appreciate you.
You did good. You did
good. It was so fun, and I definitely am hooked. Like,
now, why does
just so you know, I want a Futurity horse for this year as well.
Well, you know what that means.
So just keep that in the back here.
One at a time. One at a time. So what are you doing with Bruce now? Have you started riding him again yet? Or?
You know what? I was going to let him have some time off, and I was going to let him have time off. I was going to start riding February 1st, but I missed it so much, like when we were in Belize, and I wanted to get back, and I was really like wanting to ride bad. So, and then our daughter decided, the kid that is now going to be 23 decided that she wants to ride horses. So Matt and I are super excited about that. So I'm sure you guys will meet Emma. She's already come out. She hasn't ridden since she was probably 10. So, and she's doing really good. She's extremely athletic, so.
She's still got it.
And she's still got it, and super competitive. I think she gets that from.
And very coachable.
Very coachable.
Very
I don't know what he's trying to say.
Takes instruction very well.
She does.
Remarkably well.
She does. And for the most part, because I know where you're going with this, I do too.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't have to.
I don't know if I'm going to start riding mine yet. Let's check on Big. Big was so good.
Big was the superstar.
Which if you guys saw the progression of this horse throughout the year 2020, it was incredible.
Yeah, because you did several tips on him.
So Big, it was kind of, up and down. Like I told you, Futurity was up and down. So the first go round, he was on Thanksgiving Day and I was early. And I scored a 217 on him, but I overturned a point. So he really should have been about a 220. So that was really my fault. So I knew he was riding good that week, but I barely made the semifinals. And then we come back and he was one of the last horses to go. And I knew I needed a 221.5 to get in, which you don't normally like to pay attention to scores, but I mean, you can't help it. There's everybody going, hey, you need a 221.5 to make it. It was just one of those runs where I really was so proud of him because I got to...
There's a hair in his eye.
I got to really show what he really could do, and he marked a 224.5 and tied to win the semifinal, the whole second go round, and made the finals. Then in the finals, I just gave him one.
He wants another one.
In the finals, you make the finals, you do the best you can. We had a bobble there on the slowdown, slowed him down. He was really good, and then he just slipped out of lead and broke gate, cost us a ton of points, which was, it was a drag. I mean, there's no getting around it. But I'm still so happy with him.
But did you tell him, like, going into had the high score, or did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
tied to win the second go round.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was awesome. Cool. 24.5. So it was just, a lot of fun to train one from the very beginning and have him go out and do so well. And so one run in the finals wasn't the way I wanted. We're going to come back, let him have a well-deserved rest, and we're going to get back at it and continue on and try to improve. One run doesn't define a horse's career. He definitely showed in the second go round that he has what it takes. The other thing too is I feel like I'm like the new ambassador for geldings.
Hi, baby.
Because all three of mine.
Bye.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
All three of mine were geldings, and yours is a gelding. So we're really proving that geldings.
I was like, oh, I want a mare. Now, I do love mares, but I have to say that gelding, I love him.
Now, the other thing about Big, supposedly, Mary Beth is going to start riding him, which she's ridden him already once before the Futurity, got along great. And I know she already is making noise about snagging him. And Dino also, so I'm hoping
that... But I think that Tim kind of feels like Big is his horse, and so
Yeah, come on.
I know, but he tells her that.
Yeah, here, Dino.
Are you going to put Dino on the walker? I'll take his blankets off.
Yeah, sure. Dino made the finals. He was a 221 in the first go-round, then a 220.5 in the semifinals. And then he was my high scorer in the finals. He was a 216. I had spin penalties each way. He tried so hard. These guys.
I think that he got kind of tired.
He was getting tired. They all were getting tired towards the end. I was tired towards the end. I tried. You try to do as little as possible, but that's a tough show. It's like a marathon.
Long.
And Dino is also he's a potential new non-pro horse for Mary Beth. That's really what we got him for in the first place. And honestly, Big and Dino both, they both would be really good for Dino. This horse is like a dog.
He's so cute. Did you give him a cookie?
I did. That's why he's after another one. I got to save this one for Shooter. Every year after the Futurity, regardless of how the horses finish, I try to give them a good 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks of virtually no training. We still put them on the treadmill and we'll put them on the walker and do a ton of turnout because I don't want them to get completely out of shape because then that just makes it harder down the road. But try not to give them any training, nothing from me basically. Let them just unwind and relax because, that 2 and 3 year old year, it's really, it's intense and, you're really trying to teach those horses a lot of things. And I think it's just good for them to have a chance to unwind. Just like me, I went to Belize for a week, got on the beach, relax, and now I'm recharged, ready to go. Same thing for these guys. You even know how to run this?
I do. This is my first time putting horses on the walker.
It is?
Do you see
I never know whether you're serious or not.
Do you see what I'm working with here? Look, he's having fun.
All right, let's go find Shooter. Yeah, I'm hoping after that $1 million, man, you're power walking, huh?
Got stuff to do.
After that $1 million ceremony deal, all the guys they're telling me, oh, the next million's a whole lot easier. It comes a lot faster. I'm sure hoping that's the case. We got some nice horses this year, so are you listening to a word I'm saying?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Well, I'm like talking and like you're not saying a word.
Well, I was thinking about that.
Here, Shooter.
I don't think it's ever easy. Hi, buddy.
You need to get his forelock to grow.
His forelock has grown a ton. So Shooter, like early in his 3-year-old year, he decided to stick his head up next to the bars and let his neighbor chew his forelock. He looked like he had baby bangs. They were like to here. So that's grown a lot.
This is a heck of a story with this horse. You know, Ryan and Megan Humphrey bred and raised him. They own Gunzer for Shooting, who he's by. And, you know, I started him, man, from the very beginning. I have a video of him roping with nothing on.
Yeah, and you rode him bridleless. And
this horse always had a great mind. He was awesome, awesome, always up for the challenge. Just physically didn't seem like he was maybe strong enough at times, and then he just started coming on as a 3-year-old. Well, then it turns out Taylor Sheridan, Bosque Ranch, Yellowstone, friend of ours, he was interested in getting a futurity horse. And this was like probably, I don't know, a month, 6 weeks before Ryan was interested in selling him. So it just worked out that he bought him right before. Mm-hmm. And the very first horse show I take him to is the Futurity. And he marked a 20 and a half the first go around and a 19 and a half in the second. Then he was a 15 in the finals, very respectable. You know, just that finals night, I think everybody was a little tired. But how about that? Grab a horse. Matter of fact, he had another horse that Craig Schmersel showed that made the finals. He took 2, they both made the finals. I mean, that's the luck of the Irish right there.
Yep.
And now going forward, this horse is so good. He's already filled out a ton just with the time off. Taylor might ride him in the non-pro derby stuff. Yeah. He's good enough, darn sure good enough for me.
Taylor will be here next week to try him.
I didn't know that. I was planning to give him more time off, but
no, he'll be here.
But anyway, he's good enough for me to show. He might ride him. Just a rock solid, good little horse, and it's just, we all know this doesn't happen. How many times have we?
He wants a cookie.
I gave him one already. How many times have we tried?
One.
I don't want to overdo it.
Oh my God, I gave Bruce like 5 cookies.
Yeah, well, I don't spoil mine quite as much as you. I give him cookies, but I don't want to overdo it.
Moderation.
Moderation and everything. Let's go look at some 2-year-olds.
Okay.
This is Maggie. Maggie literally just came in from the pasture a couple days ago from Dr. Longworth at Scottsdale Equine Reproductive. She's by Magnum Chick Dream, and she's out of Duchess. Duchess is a Gunnatrasha out of Princess and Diamonds that I rode.
Rocky's
out of the same mare.
Yeah.
So this is her second one.
And Rocky's awesome. And
Rocky's he's by Stony.
Yeah.
Which we've shown. We've gone through, and I think we've shown everybody Rocky. So we haven't touched her yet. I'm excited to get going on her. I think we got a couple more inside here. Speaking of Rocky, here he is right here.
He's ready for you.
So this is by Whimsical Breeze out of the same mare as Rocky.
Same mare as Maggie.
Or as Maggie, yeah.
And he's really good.
It's pretty darn good.
Does he remind you of Stony?
He does. He's got a lot of the same. Look at Carmine. Carmine, quit!
Or is he more like Duchess? Or a combo?
He's actually a pretty good combo of the two.
Nice.
I think he lopes around and spins like Stony and stops like Duchess. Here's Perla. This is the other Whimsical Breeze, the other Stony that we have. We only have 2. Rocky and Perla. And Perla is out of a mare named Princess, who's by Smart Spook out of a Dunnet mare that is Janice's.
Dunnet Friday Night is her name.
Friday Night Spook.
Or Friday Night Spook.
Yeah. But anyway, you see how stout she is. Princess is a Palomino, so we got the Cremello here. Stony being a buckskin, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I love the way she's built. She's got a great neck.
I love that color.
And Rabbit, you know, that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. We're starting to get, you know, siblings lined up. We have a Frozen Enterprise out of Princess. That's 3 Palomino filly. I just got done riding her. That's doing really good. And I know what's going to happen. Rocky and Perla are going to do awesome. And
then you
we're
don't
only
have
have
any
2 Stonies, and we're going to be having to try to breed some more. I'm going to go down to the other barn to see some of the other guys. Eric's down here getting some work done.
Happy New Year!
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
So here's Kamikaze.
Isn't he
By Tricked Out Spook.
so cool?
I love how big he is too. He's already tall.
And he's big boned.
I honestly think I can't remember if his full brother is the same size. I think he's bigger.
I think he's a bigger horse.
So he'll be fun to get started. Haven't done anything with him yet.
He's like, I love his forelock.
Looks like
I
somebody
don't love that out in pasture that he rubbed his mane out.
Well, Karen,
I'm kind of a hair person, so that
he's
really.
a baby. It'll grow back. But look how it looks like his ear was dipped in paint.
I know.
Well, here's Doc. This is he's a Shiner's voodoo doctor that we got from Tracer and Trish Gilson.
He has a cube in his mouth.
Go ahead, look at him.
Hey, what are you doing?
He's out of Joe Moran with Joe and Kelly's wimpy
Really
mare
nice
that they did
mare,
really
yeah.
well on. They all need to be cleaned up a little bit. You can see they're fresh out of the pasture.
He rubbed his mane out too.
Thank you for pointing out. The manes will grow back, guys. They will grow back. Here's Nash. This guy's by Not Rough at All. And he's out of, what's the mother? He's out of the Grand Dam.
We got
His
him
Grand
from
Dam.
Carl and Debbie Hapsick.
Yeah. His Grand, let me make sure I got this right. His Grand Dam is a Vintage Smokes Dam.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Debbie's super
And look
funny.
at him. I
really
love-
nice lady. She said that they called him Nash Hole. I hope he's not a Nash Hole. I hope he's just Nash.
Look at how built he is. Love his hip, shoulder. Like I said, I love this time of year because you never know how they're going to turn out. So I mean, they all could be champions. You never know.
Don't be a Nash Hole.
Where are the other ones are at? The other ones are across the street. Let's go. Let's jump in the Ranger. Well, you really are. You're hard to keep up with today.
Well, Matt, you walk so slow. Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Does it have gas?
Put gas in it?
Did I? No. Oh, let's see. Who's out here?
Guys are hiding themselves back here.
So this is Onion and Gambler?
Gambler.
Okay.
Now, Gambler, the sorrel, it's got the CC, that's Brent Lowski, Colt Company brand. He is a little Joe Cash out of Stoney's mother.
Whips
Jamaica
Cool
Express.
Breeze's
Yeah.
mother, yeah.
So I was really excited when Lane and Mary Jo Davis, they called and they said, hey, we're looking at this colt here, and they showed me the pedigree. And I said, unless it looks like an absolute donkey, buy it. Look at these guys though. Look at this Palomino colt.
They're big too. Well, the Palomino colt's really big. Onion, I don't know. Ooh, cool. So that's,
I think we got
we have more?
Yeah, we have, there's
Oh.
more. Look at these two. They're a little small right now, short. So I might wait a little bit to get going on them. This is Celine. She's a gunner special night out of Tari's Designer Jeans, who won the Futurity with Randy Paul. I love how stout she is. And then this is, we call her Flynn. She's an N-like Flynn out of Chick Dreamin's mother. Chick Dreamin was the horse I showed at the Run for a Million.
Cool horse.
Love that horse. He's so physical. Matter of fact, that's why we got this filly. We got her from Booth Ranch, from Lauren Booth and Tracer and Trish. They raised her. They have the mother. What's her mother's name? Skeets Red Dunnett, something like that.
Yep.
That's what we went after this filly Flynn. Is Skeeter is what Chick's Dreamin's name is. He's so physical and so feely. I just loved the athleticism of that horse, and I thought, man, how about getting a filly out of her? You know, hopefully she rides well, but then to cross down the road.
Yep, they look good.
Some damn good broodmare prospects here if they ride.
Yeah.
Do we have manes rubbed out?
slow.
Look at, they're looking, come back, get me.
They're like, bring me.
You guys got a chance to see what we're up to. You know, we're getting things started off. It's pretty slow right now. Hey, Dino.
And we're really excited for 2021 because we have a lot coming for you guys.
Oh, we got some great horses, all kinds of fun things that we're doing.
We love getting all the comments from you guys and reading them. And
how about the BioPro, NRHA BioPro deal? That'll be fun. I'm not sure who's going to win that, but going to a great cause to the youth.
Yes.
For NRHA, 2 sessions. If you haven't jumped on and bid, it's coming to an end here fairly quick. So jump
Get
on
and
the
do
NRHA
it
website.
Because if you happen to win Matt, you're going to have a blast. We're going to make sure you have a really good time.
And you maybe even get on hanging with Matt on the vlog, or
100% we're doing that.
get to eat some of Grill Master Greg's food. So
100%.
that's it for today. I'm gonna go have Dino hit the showers, wash him off a little bit, and I think actually I might get one of those 2-year-olds out and start working on it right now.
Awesome.
Whenever you're ready.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. You want to start it off?
Because I don't really know what you're doing.
It's your turn. I have to always start it off.
Matt, it's about you. I'm just the token.